You recently raised close to $500 million. That investment came from Goldman Sachs, from CICC, from others. What is the priority for you in terms of deploying those funds?
We think the competition has already went to the second stage, where differentiation is happening among the leading players. And the way MissFresh differentiated with others is by technology and supply chain. So we invest huge on the data-driven retail chain management technology, which means on the whole value chain, we try to digitize everything, smartize everything. We want our central brain to be capable of operating like thousands of the DMWs across the whole nation, carrying like thousands of SKUs, but at efficiency and good economics. So this is the thing that we're investing the most. And the second thing is the upstream supply chain, where standardization of the goods, quality control of the goods, direct purchase of the goods, and even private label business. So the supply chain plus technology of retail makes MissFresh differentiated with others on the supply side. And that's exactly where we think is the core competitive edge.
Okay, how did the pandemic, how did the coronavirus impact your business?
It did cultivate the behavior of the existing online shopping customers. We used to deploy like extensive couponing to customers to generate traffic, to cultivate their behaviors, but now we don't have to do that. Our repurchase ratio, retention ratio, or the customer ARP per customer has already hit the historic peak, but without subsidy. So I think that's the biggest change of the behavior. But now we have seen more people who is elder, who was born after the 60s and 70s, has choose online shopping as a solution, as one of the major solutions. So our core customer landscape, particularly mostly the addressable market, has been shifting to elder generation, the biggest population of cooking, like aged around like 30 to 50 years old, and who does have like kids, very disciplined lifestyle and high frequency of cooking. So this enables us to acquire more customer at a cheaper price while generating higher ARP per customer, average revenue per customer. So that means better economics and faster expansion.
You see all the data on a daily basis. How much pressure do you think China's consumer is under right now?
We didn't actually see much fluctuation. At the early stage of the COVID, we have seen a surge into demand per customer is shopping more goods than they actually needed. So it's an early stage panic of storage of the goods. But after that, the supply soon recovered. And now I think everyone is living at a normal lifestyle.
This is an incredibly competitive space. You've got Alibaba, you've got JD.com. They're two of the main competitors. They're very deep-pocketed.
Yes.
So how do you compete? What is the number one thing that you have to focus on to ensure that they don't just squeeze you out of this business?
The supply chain capability. We cut the supply chain capability into two parts. The first part is the merchandising capability. We adopt a 1P model, which means we take all the inventories, and we are the only player in this market has the capability to turn over the inventories within 1.5 days in each of the mini warehouses. And we don't see others have this capability of running that. And we have over 70% of the goods directly purchased from producers, which also takes years of accumulation. We don't see other player has already been doing this. And the other part is the chain management, the retail units management, distributed mini warehouses. It's like 1,000 mini warehouses across the nation. It's hard to manage, as we discussed just now, and we use technology to do this.
Your focus now is on first and second tier cities in China. Where does that take you within that 5-year horizon? Do you start to look at international expansion, for example?
The priority for us is still domestic market at this moment. It's a huge market, and we're just at the very beginning.
Okay, what's the time frame for going public for this business?
We don't yet have that plan, because the priority at this moment, like you discussed, is still core competence against the competition.